Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be talking about goals for 2021. First, I'm going to do a quick physique update, so there's that. So yeah, 2020 has definitely been a different year for everybody. A lot of hardships that people have gone through, but luckily I think I've been able to make the best out of it. And I think a lot of that has to do with the changes that I've made in, my daily lifestyle. So one thing that I've really found helpful is setting goals. And I really do believe in, the power of manifestation. I'm not like super spiritual or anything, but I do think that if we set our intentions and work towards those intentions, they obviously have a better chance of coming into being. So one of the ways that I try to set my intentions is by setting goals on a daily basis. So for instance, the night before, I'll write down like 5 or 6, however many things I need to get done in the following day, and I'll just have it on a to-do list. And the following day, I'll just go about my day, make sure they get done. Once I check off a small goal, it kind of gets the ball rolling. You get more motivated to do the rest of the tasks. And so that's a good thing about small goals. You shouldn't set goals that are like so small that it's like a freebie. I mean, I guess you can if you want, but by small goals, I mean like goals that have like a strict deadline for the day and that need to be done, in order for the day to move on. And so I do that on a daily basis. I also have like a weekly goal list that I do, if I have free time or when I need to get it done, I'll get that done on the weekly goal list, and then at the end of the week, I'll be able to check all those off when I do them. So yeah, that's with small goals. I think small goals are important because, bigger goals can be kind of overwhelming sometimes, and they can put some unnecessary stress on you. I personally don't get stressed out that easily, but I know some people might be prone to getting stressed. So my advice for that would be to set smaller goals that are achievable, and then build off of that. So bigger goals aren't bad though. I like setting big goals because they constantly stay in the back of my mind. And if I ever get caught up in like the routine of day-to-day life, and I'm like, why am I doing this? What purpose does this serve? I can always go back and just think about the bigger goals I have in mind, and they really do help to keep you motivated and keep going, for me at least. And so yeah, I guess I'll start talking about my goals for 2021 now, because why not? And this isn't an exhaustive list. I'm just going to talk about 5 goals because I mean I'd like to make it for the video. I have other goals too, but they're a bit more personal, and I have larger goals, but those are kind of going to be determined by the completion of these goals for 2021, so I won't even bother saying them. I have them written down because I do think it's important to write down your goals, because it just kind of brings it into being, and it's just kind of there in the universe now if you write it down. So yeah, my first goal for 2021 is to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And that wasn't always a goal of mine. I started this channel more for myself, but I've already had people saying that what I do on here is motivating to themselves and helps them with their weight loss. So I think that's kind of awesome. And obviously I'd like to motivate as many people as I can. And frankly, the 1,000 subscriber mark is when monetization for YouTube videos begins. And I'm going to be making these videos anyway, so obviously if I could get paid for it, that'd be ideal. So yeah, that's my first goal for 2021. My second goal is just to do well in school. I took all online classes this semester, and a lot of people found it difficult to manage, but honestly, I loved all online classes. I'm studying industrial engineering, and I was in 18 credit hours, and I got all A's. I have 4.0, so yeah, I don't really know what to say. I found it a lot easier because there's a lot more structure, and previously I was a student athlete, D1 no less, humble brag. But anyway, I obviously didn't have as much time or free time, so time management was crucial. And now that I don't have to worry about that, not saying that it's bad, but I definitely enjoy having a lot of free time now because I can structure my day better, schedule everything, and that's kind of why I like the online classes, was because everything had a set date and time that it had to be done, so I could just schedule everything together. And recently I've been kind of inactive because it's the end of the school year and I had to get all of my stuff done. A lot of people or a lot of professors and stuff would assign the end of year, projects, papers, exams. So usually, I'm on YouTube most of the day. I'm just watching videos or something. But yeah, I haven't really been doing that because I've been focusing on school, and obviously it paid off. I got all A's like I mentioned. So yeah, I expect it to get a little bit harder as I get closer to graduation. But next semester, I'm also taking 18 hours, all online. So hopefully I can continue to do well. My third goal for 2021 is to read 24 books, at least. I used to love reading, and 24 books would be 2 books a month, which I think I could do, one every 2 weeks. And like I said, I used to love reading when I was a kid, and I'd read a lot. I loved, Harry Potter, for instance. I loved that series. Read them as soon as they came out. It was awesome to read. I loved reading, and I kind of missed it. And once I went off to college, and I had to deal with sports and school and other things, I just couldn't really read as much as I'd like to. I'd still read, occasionally articles or small books, but it wasn't as much as I'd like to have. And this past semester, I was able to actually start reading again, and I kind of fell back in love with it because I really do love reading, and I love just like learning in general. And I think reading is one of the best ways to do that, obviously. So yeah, it's a really good way to, increase your vocabulary skills as well, because when I was a kid, I'd read a book, and if I saw a word that I didn't understand or I didn't know or I wasn't familiar with, I'd just look it up. And, it's a good way to learn a lot of cool words, I guess. So yeah, 24 books. I've already made a list of what I want to read, and it's just a bunch of classics and stuff. I recently read The War of the Worlds and The Time Machine. I'm probably going to read The Invisible Man next. I want to read The Count of Monte Cristo, so hopefully I can get those done by the end of this year, and then, segue into my list for 2021. My fourth goal, and this is kind of nerdy, I guess, is an 1800 rating in chess. So currently I'm at around a 1400 rating. I used to play chess, pretty frequently when I was a kid. I actually played on a chess team when I was in the lower school, which was like 2nd and 3rd grade, and I played on the middle school team because I was pretty decent, I guess. But I actually have a trophy because I went to the Georgia state tournament and actually took first place. I tied for first, actually, to this kid, Venkat Tumala, and we, it came down to just the two of us because we both hadn't lost a game, and my dad was like, so are we going to play this out? Because they gave us the option to either both take first and we'd both get a trophy, or we could play it out and see who wins. And so I didn't really care because I was kind of new to the game, and I just wanted to play. I wasn't really in it for the trophy or anything. But my dad talked to his mom, and they were like, oh no, we can just share first place. And I was like, alright, whatever. So I took first, and that gave me a berth to the national tournament for my age group. So that was kind of cool, and I didn't think I was going to go, but, fate had it that the national tournament was going to be held in Atlanta that year. So I went, took 13th place in the nation for my age group, and then shortly after I ended up stopped playing because it just kind of got a little weird, and I had other interests, sports and other things, and my dad thought it'd be best if I just stopped playing because there was some weird stuff going on, and I kind of regret ending it so abruptly. I definitely probably would have made the same decision to play sports again, I guess, but I don't know, I just kind of wish that I would have kept playing chess instead of just quitting cold turkey. But I got back into it recently, started playing a little bit online, and 1400 is by no means good. It's pretty average, I think. So I want to get back into it because I used to be really good at chess. Like, that was one thing that I was like super confident about, because if I played anyone, like, I was pretty sure I was gonna win. Like, my age at least, and even older than me. Like I said, like, when I was in like second or third grade, I went to the lower school, and then the lower school was where they held these things, and it was like fifth graders, sixth graders, and then some seventh and eighth graders from middle school would come down and play. And yeah, I was pretty good. So, like, not to be arrogant or anything, but chess was something that I was actually really good at, and I kind of wish I stuck with it. But so yeah, my last goal for 2021 is to have a visible six pack by the summer, and obviously that's a pretty superficial goal, but you know, I want to have that because it'll be easier for me to make, you know, thumbnails and stuff for videos. And in the summer, I plan to start working out, you know, in a gym and doing videos with friends. So that'll just be better for the aesthetics of the video. And, you know, the fact of the matter is, if you're like in the fitness industry or whatever, you have to look the part. You know, if you want people to click on your videos or you want people to listen to you, I'm not necessarily going to say it's unfortunate, because, I mean, that's just how competition and how, you know, things work. I'm not going to listen to someone give diet advice if they're like 300 pounds, you know. You got to be able to look and like lead by example. So hopefully by the summer I can have a visible six pack and can start, you know, making more entertaining videos where I'm not just sitting down and talking to the camera. But yeah, I'd like to do that. And for instance, you know, this past year, 2020, I made the goal to weigh 180 pounds by my birthday. And my birthday, once this video is up, my birthday will have passed. But I weighed myself and I was 178.6. So just under my goal, you know, 1.4 pounds under. So I did better than expected. So yeah, I guess, is it over my goal or under my goal? I don't really know the wording on that. But anyway, I reached my goal and went above and beyond by a little bit. But that's what I think is so important about goal setting, you know. It gives you something to work towards. And I'm not saying that you have to be like super specific with your goals, but I wanted to make a specific weight so that I could, you know, constantly be working towards that. Because I feel if I don't have a specific goal in mind, that I can maybe wander. And not that wandering is bad, but I kind of like having direction. You know, more recently in my life, I kind of like having stuff set out and, you know, a schedule and just like everything nice and structured, because I mean, I've always kind of been that way, but I never cared enough to make it that way. But now I'm making it a priority of mine. So yeah, those are my goals for 2021. I hope you guys can set some goals that are beneficial to you as a whole. I guess a bonus goal would just be to see myself progress. It's been awesome documenting everything that I've done on YouTube, because I get to look back at where I started. And if you see my very first video, you'll actually see like how I explain that this this channel is about growth and growing, and I just wanted to document my successes and my failures and just see how I grew as a person. And that's exactly what I've done. So yeah, hopefully that'll continue in 2021. I'm sure it will, because, you know, I'll make it be that way. So yeah, as always, thank you guys for the support. Hope you guys are doing well and staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will probably be next year.